Hi y'all, welcome back to our channel. It's been some time. We've taken the last year kind of off from social media. Of course, we have our own personal like Instagrams and Facebooks and whatnot, but as far as our Seth and Rose's homestead, are just in a regular house in the suburbs. So just a regular neighborhood, and we've kind of just taken this last year to honestly get sucked back into mainstream life, right? We've been, kind of buying stuff here and there for the house, and we haven't been homesteading. We haven't been gardening, we haven't been homesteading, we haven't really been doing any house projects or any kind of thing like that. We've just been living like regular people, I guess. So anyway, we want to welcome you back to our channel. Now that we've kind of had a year and a couple of months, I think it is now, to be in this house and kind of think about our next steps. One of the things we've realized is that we do want to still be homesteading. We do still have that same self-sufficiency dream of producing as much as we can on our own land to sustain, and then also being able to contribute to our community, whether that's through food source or I don't know, whatever it is, but work our land, work with the land, and then contribute with the community. But our life is kind of in such a way that we don't have a homestead, and it's not going to be particularly easy for us to get a homestead. And we're kind of brainstorming different ways that we want to go about it. As you know, when we did the Hawaii option, that was pretty extreme, just raw land on an island. And as much as we planned and researched and budgeted and prepared, it really wasn't particularly successful. Sure, we can look back and there are some good things that came of that. But as far as developing a homestead, we really didn't accomplish that. And so now that our pendulum has swung the other way, and we are just in a very beautiful home. Honestly, this is the nicest home I've ever lived in. But now that we're in a regular house, in a regular neighborhood, I think we have less than a quarter-acre lot. We just have grass. Our pendulum has kind of swung a little from one extreme to the next. And we do want to find that happy medium of a regular house, maybe a fixer-upper, and on some acreage, some land that we can homestead. But I don't think we're willing to go raw land with no money again. But also this situation isn't perfect either, right? Where you can hear the highway, we're really kind of back in the mix of things. So all that to be said is we're reevaluating what our next steps are. But for now, we've got to do something to feel a little bit self-sufficient here on our property. And so I want to start this series back up again, start our channel back up again. And I want to start a series about kind of urban homesteading. We did it quite well actually in Oregon, but that was before we didn't even consider YouTube at that. I don't know why we just were like doing our own thing. We only started the YouTube once we moved to Hawaii. And so I really want to kind of do this project of urban homesteading where your house might take up most of your lot, and then all of the rest of the lot is either concrete driveway or grass. So we've got like 2 trees. I think there might be a pair. I don't know. Like they might even be dying trees, but mostly it's just grass. And then so there's some projects we can do. And so what I want to try to accomplish is how can we maximize the space that we're in right now? Of course, following, there's going to be components of following the county rules and regulations. Like we don't have an HOA, but there's still covenants and restrictions on what you can do in your property and the zoning and all of that. So we're going to learn how to navigate that. We're going to see about how we can plan certain stuff out, what makes the most sense, right? We're not going to probably have a dairy cow, but can we have chickens? So I really want to kind of get back into the swing of things and see how we can maximize our current circumstances. We've got a limited budget because we're working a lot, but living in a big old house like this is expensive, even in Southern Louisiana. So like there's expenses which, go into life. And so anyway, I want to invite you guys back to our channel. I'm thankful for those of you that have still been engaging and finding our Hawaii content, I don't know, comical at the very least, tragic, I don't know, inspirational, or maybe, not, maybe warning, to the wise kind of a thing. I don't think I'm going to go back and revisit any of the Hawaii stuff. I know we still do get some comments here from folks wondering what products we used, or just questions about how we did what we did. And I'm not particularly interested in kind of going back, but maybe if there's any lingering questions, anybody has any final thoughts about that, maybe we can do one last final, here's everything that we left out or whatever, or here's, you wanted to know about, the excavator, whatever it was. But I really just kind of want to move on. I just kind of want to move on. And we're in Southern Louisiana. Louisiana is a beautiful state. So I want to kind of do an urban homesteading style now and just see what comes of it. I'm not going to make any promises necessarily, because part of our life now being in town, basically in kind of in a town, a small town, I guess you could say, is we're adventuring around the state. There's New Orleans, there's all sorts of things going on that we're out and about and we're doing. So part of this channel might also we're going to evolve. We're going to evolve together. I want to do some urban homesteading because I kind of feel a little bit uncomfortable, not having chickens, not growing anything, so we might do a little adventures. We might do a little vlogging style. I don't know, out and about in town, going to particular events, or hikes, or, whatever outside kind of stuff. I've got a beautiful kitchen with a stove and an oven and a pantry. So maybe some of the content I film and want to share is maybe cooking and recipes, and what maybe that looks like. Maybe we can cook and do some Southern Louisiana stuff. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Thanks for coming back and staying with us this time. I'm excited to get back kind of behind the camera and with a new lease on life. So thank y'all so very much, and stay tuned for our next episode, which is going to be planning and evaluating our lot, our property, and kind of maybe discussing what we can do, what we think we want to do, and then visiting the local county office to see if we can get some answers as far as what are our restrictions. We don't want to break any rules. So that'll be the next episode. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you then. Bye.